mic's working now. Not a bit too loud. Let me turn on the sound. Now I'm on the PSV version today. Hey, the weight lead. Yeah, very mic moment today. Team needs to be repeat. And I wouldn't know where to start with a tier list because it's depending on what mode you're playing, if it's current or single race. I mean, I suppose you can go off the SRC kind. That's how I personally do it. Now, for example, multi-time cells now. So track light, a neutral track lights. Yeah. Yeah, I need to change the mic settings and I'm not sure. Actually, no, why actually? Hold on, let me change to my headset. Sound better than a bit. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I've got my headset on now, it should be better. I think it was picking up the background noise from the stream as well. Oh, my phone has died. Yeah, I've been using my desktop mic for a while now because I couldn't find the mic for my headset. So I've I've got it back now. What was I saying? So yeah, tier list. What it is, it's hard to make a tier list for a specific track because as you know, every character is different. But if you look at a track like Sunshine Tour, for example, like you got a lot of Sonic in the top 10, and then you see start seeing other characters appearing at Shadow. But most of these times aren't really optimized. It's hard to say which characters would be faster. Well, not which characters would be faster, who's the best for each track. Start with the top. It's going to be Sonic, obviously, for most of them. I mean, they could do a tier list for fun right now, to be fair. Get it set up. Yeah. Make a template. Sonic. Make a live event. What is this? That's not showing on stream with it. Oh, yeah, we're alright. So, hold on. Let me get the images. Where did it save though? Sure that What is this? Oh, okay. I've never used this website before, so I don't know what to do with it. Choose background color. Keep it black. So what I'm gonna do is should I do a track tier list? I'll do a track tier list first. Yeah, I will add tiers to it. I was trying to find where I save the images. I need to release these as well. I've got a bunch of files that I want to release at some point, so everyone can use them. I literally went through like the entire game files, and as you can see, I converted them. Actually, I have the actual track images as well, the maps somewhere. Where did I save it? No, have you seen the amount of files and that I've got all over the PC? It's like an organised mess. Like, oh, it doesn't. Where did I save those? Wait, can it recognize these? Square images, landscape, yeah, that's better. We'll have a picture. Turn on the mic sound a little bit. How do you add tiers? Okay. I'll make it A plus. And then A. Okay, B, what have I done? Down. A. Maybe that's not a good way to do it. Actually, I'll just keep it A. That's default actually. Add row below. I don't even know how to do it below. I can delete that one. Delete row. Okay, what we got here? Yeah, that will do. What am I gonna put in F tier? Let me get the images. Red. I literally just had them ready to see. Okay, there we go. Okay, what's going in F tier? For me, I think it depends if I would talk about time trials or just normal race. I mean, in general, anyway, I think my least favorite track yeah, I was thinking of Roulette Roll, to be honest. I don't like that track. I don't like Roulette Road. But I try not to be biased. I just think, in general, I think a bad track for like casual players, definitely. I'm gonna approach it like a casual player would if they're playing a game for the first time and didn't know anything. I'll say the worst track for them probably would be Monkey Target, definitely. Let me change the images as well. But for casuals, definitely Sandy Drifts, Lava Layer. We've got to put Lava Layer there, and perhaps Monkey Target. No, I'll put Monkey Target in E. But it's just because it has a lot of places you can fall off the track as well. I think easy A tier is Icicle Valley. Yeah, that's better. I mean, I don't know if I should approach it the hardest to easiest track. But I suppose it's going to be both the same. Like, I mean, monkey target as well. I say jump parade. I probably put that personally for a casual player. I say C, because depending on which character they're using, I'll say that they'll have a hard time getting through the track if they're not using anyone other than bananas, balls, or Amy. Oh, thinking most to least enjoyable, yeah. Yeah, okay, could approach it that way. It's hard not to be biased because there's tracks that I really like for certain reasons, that I find fun. I think for casual player, Pinball Highway, go with Pinball Highway. I say I'll put that in C for now. Actually, no, maybe. Yeah, I'll say maybe C tier. Go with Highway Zero next. Yeah, I actually quite enjoy Sewer Scrapes. I think that's a fun track to do. Turbine Loop can find. I feel like for a casual, be slightly annoying because of all the robots, and I don't think it's that much of an interesting track personally. I'll say D. We'll change this. Night sleeping. Oh man, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, for me, I'll say personally, Sewer Scrapes. If I was ranking it as time trials, I'll definitely say S tier. But for casual, I can see that being annoying with the dragon, probably, or the. Just because it doesn't have much traction with certain characters as well. I say that's C tier. It's not a bad track, but because of the hazards. Yeah. Let's go for S tier track. I'll say S tier track for casual. Definitely should be a downtown. There's nowhere to really void off the track apart from the end. Actually, you know what? Think about the traffic, the cars. I'll say A. No, actually, think about. I'll say B tier for casual player. I mean, the S tier track. I mean, then again, Springs, the bridge section, but it's not a hard track. I don't think Yeah, I think it can't be S tier. I can't put that as a S tier. I say maybe same as Shibuya, like B tier. It's not. I don't think it's a very interesting track, but for casual player, it's not a hard track either. I mean, Samba, I'll say our first S tier track has to be this, pure because it's a track that you can't fall off. It's only got a few hazards. The music, I think most people enjoy the music on there for a lot of casual. I think more Samba stages are fun, to be honest, apart from Jump Parade. Roulette Road, I think I'm gonna put personally I say maybe a D tier, somewhere around C or D. Yeah, I could do that. I think I'm gonna go with Rakaku Hill. I think that's another interesting track. I think that's it. I would say that's A tier. So like, there's nowhere really can void out the track intentionally. There's no hazards. I think for a casual player, like S tier. I don't know. I'm not sure about being an S tier pure because the shortcut section. I think a casual player playing. I mean, I suppose that would be fun for them to discover it. I think personally, if we went with Highway Z, I'll say that's B tier. Actually, no, I'll say C. Because I can imagine most players that play this track, when they get to the Dragon section, they would encounter the jump and then end up overshooting it and then wonder why. And you've got to deal with the cars as well. I think I also go with think of an S. I don't think that any other S tier track, to be quite honest. Again, I'll say Dark Arsenal. It's not a hard track, but I think most players would encounter the shortcut using a certain character and then probably not understand why they're not making it. Yeah, I think that too. Ocean View for beginners. I think a lot of them like that track. That and Lost Palace. So Lost Palace is a popular one as well. I'll say Lost Palace is probably B tier, and Ocean Viewing. I think a lot of casuals would like that track. Me personally, like Ocean Viewing, like, I don't like for time trials. It's probably one of the most frustrating tracks to run. So I don't enjoy it, but I think when you get into it and you start getting into the like, just taking certain drift lines and not hopping as much as Sonic, I think it's okay when it goes right. But for casual, yeah, see, I think most casuals like this track. Rocky Coaster as well. I'll say Rocky Coaster. I think that's a fun track. I'll say that's easy A or B tier. Yeah. I'll say a lot of casuals would like this one as well. I'll say definitely. I'll put that in S tier personally. I think it's a fun track. It's one of the tracks I played the most out of, I would say, in the early, when the game came out. In the early days of the game, it's probably one of the, for me, is one of the tracks I played the most. Go Deadly Root next. I'll say maybe I'll say that's a D tier. I'll say that's a D tier because of the, I think the first section for casual, I think that could confuse them a little bit, and then coming towards like the garden section, the outdoor section, and then going into the narrow turn before the spiral bridge, I think most casuals won't like that. And then the rooftop section, yeah, I think most casuals won't like this track. I'll probably put that E tier. Yeah, definitely an E tier. For E or D, I think that's fair. I think I'll go with Bingo Party next. I'll say Bingo Party. I think that's a fun track for casuals. I'd say B tier, apart from the springs. I can't see why most casuals wouldn't enjoy this track. It's not too many hazards apart from the egg box. I'll say Thunder Deck. I think I'll put that in C. Not really for any particular reason other than it's got a few hard turns. Not too many hazards. I don't think it's a hard track either. Yeah, I think it could pass as could go in B. Yeah, I reckon it could go in B tier. It's not a bad track. It's not got too many like places can void, like fall off the track. Not too many hazards. Actually, the guns in the first turn, the first section. I think for a casual player, that probably could be annoying. But yeah, I think B is fair. Curio Mansion. Don't think it's really interesting track, but I'd say that could probably go in there. I'll say C tier. I'll say C because of the zombies, stair section, and yeah, depends on what character. Some say casuals playing as well. So I'm taking into account. I'm thinking the casual player would most likely choose the character they like, and then they'll enter a track like Out of Forest, for example. But most casuals struggle with it if they're playing not playing Shadow or something like that. And then we've got Rampart Road. I think most players would have played this track first, given it was in the demo. I think it's an interesting track. Yeah, I think I would say this is an A tier. Yeah, I think these are good stages for casuals. I think for me, I see it, the way I'm looking at it now, it's like tracks with a lot of voids, hazards, just bad terrain. I think casuals don't like, which is yeah, I think definitely F tier, yeah. These have to go here. Yeah, I think that's fair for casuals. If a casual player was playing, I think the reason why they pick certain tracks and not play certain tracks was because of the hazards and the voids and just not understanding the track. And the character pick, of course. But yeah, I wanna go and do a character tier list. I'm sure one's been done already. Can you save this actually? Yeah. I might put these in here on the server for one. Yeah, we'll do a character tier list. Actually, before I do character tier list, I want to do time trial. I'll do a time trial one. I'll say I'll do my favorite to my least favorite. So hold on, let me add F here. Well, not time trial only. Maybe. In general, just in like my favorite track to my least favorite. Okay, Rokaki Hill. It's gonna be definitely Rocky Coaster, Sewer Escapes. That's going in there. I don't even have to think about that. Treetops. I used to enjoy this track, but for me the end section is very like it's not so much the first section, it's the end section. I just, with Roulette Road, I just can't. It's the turns. I don't like. No matter how much I play this game, it's like the turns. The turns for me, for some reason, I just can't get it down. Like sometimes I feel like I'm doing the same thing, and then I'm going slower, or I'm losing speed, and I think that's because of the control type that I use. I think there is a slight difference between using the triggers and the button, B type with the button, because with the triggers you can ease on and off the gas, like you don't fully release gas, as in the acceleration, you don't fully release it, whereas with the B type controls, the control types I use, if you let go of acceleration, you drop speed, like you lose more speed, if that makes sense. Something I noticed, because it's a on and off press, isn't it? Whereas the triggers, I can probably show it, to be fair. I can show what I mean after, but with the triggers, when you release it slowly, you don't fully decelerate. I think that's probably why I have a problem with Roulette Road on the terms there. Icicle Valley A. It's one of my favourite tracks to run with. Sunshine Tour. Go with that next. I'll say that's a C tier for me. I like it. I'll say no, actually I'll put that on B tier. I like it because it's the chaining. Like having to chain through the entire track consistently. I think that's challenging as well. That's why I enjoy it. Shibuya Downtown I'd put as B tier as well. Turbine Loop, I don't really like that track too much. Actually, with Metal Sonic, even with Metal Sonic here, yeah, I'm doing a tier list with GBS. Depends on playing with. I think non-DLC, I don't find the track too fun. With DLC, I'll say it's a C tier. Jump Parade. Jump Parade with Sonic, nah. But with Bonanza Bros, I think it's a fun track to run. Me personally. I'll say Highway Zero, A tier. Sandy Juice, D. Actually, no, I'll put that E. If it wasn't for Metal Sonic, I'll put it F. Metal Sonic makes that track fun for me for some reason. Actually, yeah, with Bonanza World, I say definitely S tier. If I'm going off Bonanza World, I'll say S tier, definitely. But if I'm running with Sonic, nah, I can't play that track. Thunder Deck, I don't enjoy this track too much. Even with Metal Sonic, I don't enjoy it. Lava Lair. I find this track fun, apart from the jump. Well, I'll put this on B tier for me personally. Ocean Ruin. No, I don't like this track. It makes me, these are tracks that make me not want to play the game. Rampart Road 2. On Time Trials, it makes me not want to play the game. I like Lost Palace. I'll put that on A tier. Yeah, I don't like Rampart Road. So whenever I play, I get to the bridge section, I lose the speed, or something just goes wrong, and I'm just like, I just don't want to play the game. Monkey Target, that can go in F tier. I don't like that track. I don't enjoy it. It's the breach section for me at the end. I like Bingo Party. But for time trials, I'll say a B tier. Actually, without the spring strap, I'll say A tier. Deadly Root. I mean, Shadow makes it better, but still here, the stair section can burn. That can just, someone just patch the game, please, and just remove that section. I like Deadly Root, but I'd put that on B tier. I've got nothing in D tier. I'd say D tier track. I don't really enjoy. I personally don't enjoy Dark Arsenal. It's okay, but I don't have fun. Yeah. I do not have fun playing that track too much. Well, Lagoon, I would say C tier if it weren't for the first section. It's not a hard track. I don't think it's hard. It's just getting the first. Yeah, I think the only thing for me is the first section, doing the late jumps. And then I find Pinball Highway fun. Yeah, for me, I'll say this is an A tier. But yeah, this is what I'll say. These are the tracks I most enjoy. And I just don't like these tracks here. That can go. I do not like Roulette Road. There's just something about that track. Yeah, I'll say Pinball Highway is boring, but I enjoy playing Metal Sonic on it. That's what makes it interesting for me. If it wasn't for Metal Sonic, I probably wouldn't enjoy the track that much. But yeah, these are the tracks I'll go with, like in terms of my favourite for time trials. But yeah, I want to do a character tier list now. Let me save this. Also, if anyone wants these tiles, I can put them in a folder. I don't have Air Kanga though. Actually, yes I do. I have it somewhere. What we're gonna look at. Where did I save the characters now? Actually, I do have them. I have them somewhere. There they are. Yeah, Egg Hanger's fun. Yeah, I think Ekanga's probably the best looking track in the game. Well, obviously, it being a DLC track. Do we have every character? Hold on, let me reset these. Actually, I'll use the tiles. I have the tiles actually. Where did I save them? Oh, okay. I thought I saved them already. Somewhere. Give me 2 minutes while I get this set up. Here we go. Right, be right back. Okay, should be working now. Okay, I'm back now. Had to do something quick. Okay, where were we? Okay, I think that's every character apart from Metal Sonic. I still don't have a tile for Metal Sonic. But I will just use this one instead. That will do. In that pool, add. E. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's start with who do you think? Who's A tier? Well, S tier, easy S tier, A tier, A tier, no Sonic. Well, actually no, Sonic has to go S tier. Eggman. C tier, Knuckles, A tier. Big. Alex. I'll say Alex easy B tier. Jackie Kira E. Actually no. Rio. Actually, do I have Rio Forklift as well? I think it is. Let me just get those images. Got Banjo as well, didn't I? Yeah, I did. My mic on. Hold on. Yeah, it's on now. So I'm basing this tier list on not necessarily which is the best character in the game, but I'd say in terms of overall usage across all the tracks. No, I say these are sure picks, obviously. Actually, I wouldn't even, to be fair, I wouldn't even say Sonic, unless you're on a certain track, like Dark Arsenal, Sunshine Tour. If we talk about time trials, obviously Sonic's going to be better, but yeah, I say these are definitely the 3 best characters in the game, and then Sonic, Tails. Because if you put Sonic on tracks like Sandy Drifts, no good. Another track that close to mind. So Sandy Drifts, Sewer Scrape. Actually, no, it's alright. He's decent in Sewer Scrapes, to be fair. Monkey Target, yeah. Out of Forest as well. Not too great there. Not Metal Sonic East. Eggman isn't terrible, but then isn't the best. I'd say Rio's B tier because although he's obviously almost identical to Shadows, his traction's not as good, so he bounces a lot on certain tracks. Like if you put him on Monkey Target, he's no good, even though it's the same as Shadow. Just gets random air and whatnot. Well, that's how I put him and Knuckles in the same category too, because Knuckles is slightly the same. I'd argue all pair is A tier. Purely because he doesn't get affected by the terrain. He's got a decent boost stat. Easy to chain with. Yeah, this tier list isn't necessarily who is the best character. Because, for example, if you look at time trials, so if we go on time trials,
Rio.
If you haven't played this game, you'll see a lot of Sonic. That's a glitch track, so that doesn't count. But you see Sonic, Metal Sonic, Metal Sonic, Sonic, Metal Sonic. You know, you're gonna see a lot of Sonic and Metal Sonic, and then the odd shadow on Amigo, and then the odd tracks for Rio Shadow. But it's just track dependent, really. It doesn't mean that it's not necessarily the best character in the game. I'm saying overall, overall, what makes them good is the boost that and how the track affects them and like the terrain and stuff. But I'll say these three characters are definitely S tier if you know what you're doing. And then I say the next is Sonic, Tails. Tails because of his turning and his boost that. I say Ulala's decent, but again, it just depends on what track you're on. I mean, Ulala's definitely over Opa, but Opa's just fun. Eggman is actually surprisingly good on some tracks, but we put it by Dark Arsenal or just certain tracks. He's no good because his tricks and he's hard to chain with. It's not a bad character. I don't remember if Banjo and Kazooie share have the same boost that as Sonic, as in the chain boosting. But I'll still put them on B tier. I mean E tier, sorry. Choo-choos aren't bad, it's just chaining with them, maintaining speed with them is quite hard. All these characters in E and F, they're hard to chain with. But I is just a worse Sonic. I think he has better traction on some tracks actually, but it just doesn't. He's not as fast. He doesn't have a fast top speed. And I think the characters are put in D tier. They're just overall. Well, they're not hard to maintain speed with chain weave. They do decently on most tracks. I wouldn't say there's a really bad track apart from like Sandy Drifts. I think this is fair. No, what I would do, I'm sure. Can you put images in these squares? I don't think so. Yeah, I ought to play the game now. I'm gonna play for a bit now. Yeah, that was interesting. Actually, I might head off actually, it's getting a bit late.